Well, guys, we're here. We're finally going to be talking about Batman Arkham Knight. So, again, Arkham Knight, man, I still feel that this game, for it to come out in 2015, wow, almost 10 years old. Almost 10 years old, guys. And they're still adding stuff between the Batman movie that had Robert Pattinson in there, other things as well, between all the skins. It still gets love. I'm going to say this now. It gets love. I originally played this on Xbox One. I was beyond excited to play this game because trying to figure out who the Arkham Knight was, trying to figure out what we're gonna do, get to drive the Batmobile. Arkham City's just beyond in chaos, and you have to deal with Joker coming back, and you get to play as between Tim Drake and Dick Grayson, and Barbara Gordon's there too, and all this stuff, and having to deal with not only Scarecrow taking over the city, but allowing Penguin and Two Face take over the city, the Riddler being involved in this, and then having to save Catwoman and using Catwoman as well for different, play fights as well. All these different things that we have in this game, and seeing the upgrade suit, putting the upgrade suit on, and trying to take down Scarecrow and see who the Arkham Knight is, and then him kidnapping Barbara Gordon and the issues with Jim Gordon, and then finding out who the Arkham Knight is, which obviously was Jason Todd, and seeing what happened with Jason, how Bruce thought he was dead, and how the Joker serum is now in not only Bruce, but it's in 3 to 4 other subjects that he's been testing on for months, and he's been preparing for a lockdown just in case if it gets worse with the Joker serum, and seeing Joker kind of integrate into Bruce's body and take over, and him trying to fight it and then still be Bruce Wayne, but at the same time still protect the city and take on everyone, and putting everyone the in Arkham, in GCPD jail. And I love that. I love seeing when you were taking all these enemies out and the jail cells just kept filling, or taking on, what happened with Poison Ivy, or, taking on the Penguin, Two Face, Deathstroke, Freeze, what happened with him, Man Bat, like I said, Two Face, Riddler, who else? Having to deal with Azrael in this as well. For you can do two different things: either him getting arrested and going into there, or him breaking his rights, and following Batman, and wanting to be his own man, and then playing a little bit as Dick Grayson in the game at one point, as Harley Quinn at one point, seeing Harley Quinn return, seeing playing as Tim Drake, a little bit of Batgirl in this as well. There's so many things in here that I was finally able to play several years later, because either I didn't have the money, or I just didn't have the time, or I went away from it. This game still holds up, and this game, I will say this right now: there's people that love this game. There's people that hate this game. There's people that still play this game and they won't play anything more from Rocksteady Games. That they will just automatically say, you know what, I'm good, because between the travesty that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is, and what they did to these characters, it made no sense. It was stupid, and it should never been done. And the way that they tried to save themselves was at the very last minute, and it was just a last ditch hope, where most of the fandom was like, you know what, we're done with y'all. We don't like what you did to the last one of the last things that Kevin Conroy gave us before he passed away. And having him return in this game was absolutely amazing. That was, I would say, probably one of his best performances was in this game, and even with Mark Hamill, and then Tara Strong, and among many others, to play these characters, and being able to go through the Arkham story, which is probably one of the best stories in the Batman franchise to begin with. But the gameplay was badass, man. I mean, being able to upgrade the Batmobile, being able to upgrade your suit, being able to change skins, being able to upgrade your weapons, being able to be very, again, strategic with not only the combat, but also taking out enemies in stealth mode, and also having to explore the city, do the side missions as well, and then going into, dealing with Lucius Fox, having to deal with, Wayne Tower, then going to the clock tower as well, going to the other area of the theater that where Bruce was experimenting on the other Jokers to be able to hopefully stop them from becoming Joker, because you had one that was really big, one was an actor, one was a teacher or secretary or something that unfortunately got the serum. So seeing that, that was probably one of my favorite segments, is when you had to take down the other Jokers. That was, again, probably one of my favorite segments, or going up against Jason Todd when it was revealed to be Jason Todd. And again, I think, was it Troy Baker that did that? I think it was Troy Baker that portrayed as Jason Todd, and he did a magnificent performance as well, where he was like, like you really don't know, do you, Bruce? And the whole thing, like, how long did it take for you to look for me? Like, when did you stop? When did you replace me? A week, a month? I trusted you. All these lines that were delivered with not only a lot of energy, a lot of talent, and I love this game. And I really wish that we would get something that would be on par with Batman or DC, that was what Batman Arkham franchise gave us. And this was the last edition. Of Batman hanging up the cowl of revealing again he was Bruce Wayne, because of what Scarecrow did, and being able to show that he was willing to go into hiding. Now again, I would have loved to where, if they would have continued this instead of giving us how the way Gotham Knights did, I would have enjoyed them to go into Gotham Knights right after this, where Tim and Barbara are married, and Nightwing's still Nightwing, and then Jason Todd comes back, and then they all have to work together to take on the Court of Owls and whoever else that is still, doing criminal activity in Gotham. That is what I would have done. But again, I'm not in the chair. I'm not in the writer's chair. I'm not in the executive or producer's chair. Again, we got what we got between two failed Batman games, or games that had Batman in there, and it could have been tremendously better. But again, those are just my thoughts. But what do you guys think of Batman Arkham Knight? Is it still a great game? Is it a good game? Is it a bad game? Is it just mid tier, or do people overhype this? What is your overall thoughts on this? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you as always on the next one.